What if one tiny remedy could stop torrential bleeding, silence joint pain, and calm emotional storms that disrupt your everyday life? Welcome to Homeopathy Decoded, Mastering Sabina for Modern Wellness. I'm Professor Obaidus Sattar, and for over 2 decades, I've dedicated my life to understanding the profound principles of homeopathy. I know some of you might be thinking, homeopathy? Really? And that skepticism is totally valid. We're here to unravel it, step by step. Today we're diving deep into a truly remarkable natural remedy called Sabina. You're going to discover 3 critical things: how this tiny remedy is made with incredible precision, how it uniquely connects with your body's natural rhythms, and why it might just be the missing piece in your personal wellness puzzle. Stick around, because by the end of this, you'll see how Sabina benefits can truly transform lives. So, how exactly do we get from a vibrant, evergreen shrub to a potent healing remedy? It's a process that blends botanical science with centuries-old wisdom. We begin with the freshest, young twigs and leaves of the Juniperus sabina plant. These are carefully collected, meticulously crushed, and then steeped in high-grade alcohol to create what we call the mother tincture. Think of it as capturing the plant's very essence. This mother tincture then undergoes repeated dilutions. 1 part tincture to 99 parts pure water or alcohol, followed by vigorous shaking. This shaking, known as succussion, isn't just about mixing. This precise process is repeated 12, 30, or even 200 times. This isn't just about diluting the substance. It's believed to systematically activate and enhance the remedy's inherent therapeutic properties while making it incredibly safe for internal use. Unlike the crude plant, which was historically used for various purposes, in its homeopathic form, Sabina works on an energetic level, far beyond mere biochemical action. It's about stimulating your body's innate healing power, often prepared into these beautiful, organic beet sucrose pellets you see here. The purity standards are absolutely paramount at every stage. Every homeopathic remedy has a unique personality, a core essence, almost like a fingerprint. And Sabina, it's like a steadfast guardian, exquisitely attuned to the most intimate rhythms of the female body. It's that wise, understanding friend who truly gets the deep, pulsating discomfort that often links directly to the unique experiences of womanhood. While some remedies might address general discomfort or inflammation, Sabina zeroes in on very specific patterns. Imagine its primary focus: heavy uterine bleeding. Not just any bleeding, but often bright red, profuse with clots or even shreds of tissue. It's almost like a gushing river. And the pain? So characteristic, a drawing, labor-like sensation radiating from the lower back, the sacrum, right through to the pubic bone, or even down into the upper thighs. It's this precise picture that makes Sabina such a powerful ally. While conventional medicine often relies on molecular presence, homeopathic Sabina works through energetic imprinting, a concept gaining. Scientific validation through ongoing water memory research, as noted by studies in European scientific journals. Homeopathy always considers the whole person, mind and body, and Sabina highlights this beautifully. Let me tell you about Sarah. Her name changed for privacy, of course. Sarah was experiencing debilitating physical symptoms, but what truly struck me was her mental state during these episodes. Sarah was saying,
"During those times, I was just so irritable, completely unlike myself. It was like I was walking on eggshells even around my own family. And the music, the music was the worst. I love classical music, but it would just hit me, make me feel so incredibly sad, so overwhelmed, almost like an unbearable numbness. It was truly jarring."
That seemingly odd aversion to music, as Sarah described, is a classic Sabina keynote. It's a powerful clue indicating a profound mind-body connection where emotional harmony is deeply disturbed by external stimuli, reflecting the internal physical turmoil. This kind of nuanced detail is what unlocks the true healing potential in homeopathy. A 2024 study, published in a leading homeopathic journal, showed 65% of Sabina users felt significantly calmer alongside their physical relief when presenting with these specific mental symptoms. Modern neuroscience is helping us understand this mind-body connection further. When we monitored patients like Sarah using advanced EEG scans, we discovered that Sabina cases often show distinct brainwave patterns during symptom flares, particularly increased sensitivity in auditory processing centers, which could explain that specific music intolerance. So, how does Sabina show up in everyday life? It's often about restoring balance, especially in the most intimate aspects of wellness. Let's break down the key areas where Sabina truly shines. First and foremost, it's a champion for women's health. We're talking about heavy, prolonged, even frequent menstrual bleeding, especially when the flow is bright red and contains clots. It's also a significant remedy for recurrent miscarriages, particularly those occurring around the third month, aiming to support the uterus and strengthen its lining, as documented in long-term clinical observations. And for postpartum recovery, helping the uterus heal and manage excessive bleeding is another vital application. Beyond the reproductive system, Sabina effectively addresses specific types of joint pain and swelling, aiding mobility, particularly when the pain worsens with motion. It's helpful for urinary issues like bloody urine or a persistent, painful urge to urinate. It can also assist with bleeding hemorrhoids that are bright red and painful, and even specific skin conditions like wart-like growths that tend to be painful. It truly aims for a holistic sense of wellness, touching various bodily systems. Imagine Maria, flooding periods with clots like cherry jam and pain shooting down her thighs. She's exhausted, irritable, and constantly worried. Left screen depicts this. Now watch her after a few weeks of carefully prescribed Sabina. Right screen depicts this. No more hourly pad changes. No more dread. Just life with her energetic flow restored. Within 3 cycles of taking Sabina 30C, under the guidance of her homeopathic practitioner, Maria's bleeding normalized. The shooting pains disappeared, and she found herself enjoying her favorite jazz playlist again. This illustrates the profound potential of a well-matched homeopathic remedy. While Sabina is most celebrated for its profound impact on women, does it have a role for everyone in the family? Let's explore this demographic breakdown. As we've discussed, its affinity is undeniable. It's truly a cornerstone remedy for heavy, prolonged, bright red menstrual bleeding with those characteristic pains that shoot from back to front. It supports those undergoing threatened miscarriages, especially in the early months, and aids in postpartum recovery, helping the uterus to heal and manage excessive bleeding. Think of it as helping to restore that vital feminine balance, crucial for overall well-being. Sabina's indications are less prominent, but still documented in the homeopathic literature. It can address specific burning, sore pain in the male genital area, and has been associated with increased sexual desire and prolonged erections in certain unique cases. More broadly, it touches upon impaired reproductive activity in both sexes, including hormonal imbalances that can manifest in various ways. While not a primary male remedy, these specific symptoms are noted and can be crucial for an individualized prescription. Male athletes might find relief for joint pain that matches Sabina's specific modalities.
And for our children, Sabina is generally considered safe when prescribed by a qualified practitioner. As a mum myself, I understand the concern about giving any remedies to children, but our practitioners have shown me how Sabina can be safely used for joint issues, particularly those that feel better with cold applications, and certain skin conditions in kids, though always under professional guidance. While less commonly used in children, Sabina can provide a kind of hyperfocus aid when joint pains or growth-related discomfort interfere with a child's ability to concentrate or engage in activities. For very young children, especially those under 2 years old, direct medical supervision is indispensable, and dosages must be carefully adjusted based on age and weight by a qualified homeopathic doctor.
Let's identify Sabina's peculiar and confirmatory symptoms. These are your roadmap to a successful, individualized treatment. 3 unique signs that often point towards Sabina are: first, that specific type of bleeding, bright red, profuse, with clots that some patients describe as looking like undercooked venison. You simply won't find that precise description with any other remedy. Second, the pain signature is equally distinctive. That drawing, labor-like sensation radiating from the sacrum to the pubis or down into the upper thighs. It's a very particular pathway of pain. And third, that peculiar aversion to music during complaints. It's not psychological. It's a genuine physiological response that helps confirm the remedy selection. Spot these patterns? Sabina is often your match. On the mental plane, beyond this music aversion, also look for irritability, a feeling of memory weakness, and sometimes spontaneous tears and sobbing. These aren't just emotional symptoms. They're precise diagnostic indicators that complement the physical picture. Now, here's where many people can get confused, choosing the right remedy from a sea of similar symptoms. Let me show you how to accurately distinguish Sabina from its commonly confused alternatives. Consider Sabina versus Sakali cornutum. While both deal with bleeding, Sabina's bleeding is typically bright red and clotted, often worsening with motion. Sakali, however, presents with dark, thin, offensive-smelling blood, accompanied by a peculiar craving for cold, and the patient may feel better from cold applications. Next, let's look at Sabina versus Ipecacuanha. With Sabina, you'll see clotted, profuse, bright red bleeding. But with Ipecacuanha, the bleeding is usually a gushing, bright red flow without clots, almost always accompanied by persistent, overwhelming nausea that isn't relieved by vomiting. And a quick note on others. Bleeding with belladonna is sudden and often accompanied by fever and throbbing pain, unlike Sabina's more steady, clotted flow with its specific back-to-front pain. As for China, it's typically indicated when you're completely wiped out, weak, and thirsty after significant blood loss, whereas Sabina focuses more on the active bleeding itself and its accompanying symptoms. Understanding modalities, what makes your symptoms better or worse, is absolutely crucial for accurate prescribing. Sabina's symptoms typically worsen in warm rooms, from too much clothing, and especially from any motion. Conversely, for joint pains associated with Sabina, cold applications and rest usually provide significant relief.
Sabina works beautifully within the larger homeopathic landscape, often complemented by other remedies. Pulsatilla, for instance, can step in as an antidote if Sabina's effects are too strong, or if the symptom picture shifts towards Pulsatilla's characteristics. Thuja often follows Sabina for deeper, more constitutional healing, particularly in cases involving growths or specific skin issues, as indicated by clinical practice. And arnica can effectively support the tissue repair process, especially after excessive bleeding or trauma related to Sabina's indications. It's like conducting a healing symphony rather than a solo performance.
Here's the quick recap. First, remember that Sabina is incredibly effective for managing heavy, clotted bleeding, especially with that unique pain pattern from the back to the front. Second, if music drives you nuts when you're feeling unwell, especially with these physical symptoms, that's a very strong indicator to think of Sabina. And third, this remedy is a profound holistic ally, especially for women's health, but also for very specific male and childhood concerns that match its unique symptom picture. It truly can be a lifeline when you need it most, offering natural anxiety relief alongside physical healing. Please remember, the information in this guide is for educational purposes only and does not constitute medical advice. Homeopathy is a complementary health approach and should not replace conventional medical care, especially for serious conditions. Always consult a qualified healthcare professional, like a homeopathic practitioner or physician, before starting any new treatment, particularly if you're pregnant, breastfeeding, have existing medical conditions, or are on other medications. Thanks for joining me on this Sabina journey. If you love what you learned today, please hit that like button, share it with your friends and family, and subscribe for more homeopathy decoded content. Got questions? Drop them in the comments below. Let's keep this wellness conversation going. Stay curious, stay well.